Sup guys, welcome back to Chart Striker. This is your host Dana. Before we start, if you've been loving the contents that I've been bringing and how TA has been respected, go ahead and smash that like, share, and subscribe. Let's go get into it. A lot happened today. I made a short video after the stream ended yesterday, like a few hours after that, because I saw some new development and that got respected. Like, we got a little rally. Now there is a chance of the rally, continuing. There is some chance. This relief rally, let's not confuse it with anything else. So we will get into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some other altcoins. Just hold on. So we're gonna go ahead and start with some, we're gonna mix it up today, okay? So we're gonna start with some altcoins, and then we'll go ahead and look at Bitcoin and whatnot. So let's start off with then. So yesterday in the show, I told you guys that we are at some type of support, like last resort would be around these areas, but we didn't come all the way down here. And yesterday I did tell you we are at some type of support right now, which we kind of so got respected because sometimes, supports fail. They necessarily, don't always have to hold. But this time, it got respected. We got some, nice bullish engulfing candle that came in. Thing is, we are still below this support, this old support, which is acting as resistance now. So I should probably turn it to red. There you go. So if this daily candle can close somewhere at least, close to this one or above this one, it would be nice. Like if we start, declining right now, it wouldn't be the best move. We got some volume coming in, which is nice. Oscillators are still declining except for the RSI, like it is rising a little bit, but we are showing some type of, there is a hint of bad divergence, growing, developing on the RSI. So gotta be a bit aware. That's why I'd like to see this support be broken, like this candle get above it and the daily, closes above it. If not today, next day or any other day would work, so we can see, some type of, continuation to the upside. On the 4-hourly, we closed, above this old resistance level. As you guys can see, we had, some resistance right here at these levels. It came back down, it kind of touched it, and then we bounced off it again. Now on the 4-hourly, we do have another resistance around these levels, 4430. Okay, if we can see it like break, if we can see a daily, a 4-hourly candle close above it, eventually we're gonna come to these areas, which is around 4833 to 5031 for start, and then if we can, break above 5031 areas, close the 4-hourly candle above it, eventually we will come to these levels right here. Okay, eventually, because there is really not much holding us until, well, these levels on a 4-hourly, time frame. On the daily, it's a different story, but we don't have to wait for the daily, to happen. If we can just, see this resistance line be broken to the upside and we see a 4-hourly candle close above it, then we go a bit higher. Okay, on the 4-hourly, like we are also below this resistance right here, as you guys can see, all support, new resistance. So we need to get above it, like both on the 4-hourly and daily, like see a close above it to be able to see some continuation to at least, 4245, 4401 for a start. Mago, welcome to the show. Hope you've had a good one. Nice you made it. So that's Zen for now. Like we do have some support around these levels, still. I can just stretch it out with this. So there is some support between, 2820 to 2559 levels. If we break that, of course, if we break that, see you back to prior lows, to the current lows again. On the 4-hourly though, there is some sell pressure also that you guys gotta be aware of, and we also have, some bad divergence developing. Like it's only gonna be broken if we can see a 4-hourly candle close above 4415. If we can see that, it's gonna be broken, but otherwise there is some bad divergence developing in both the oscillators. Yes, MACD is bullish, like we got some positive momentum, but be aware. We need to close above this level, and then we need to close above this level to kind of, break one of the bad divergences that is building. Okay, so that's Zen. I wanted to start off with Zen because, well, it's up 40+% today, which is nice, after seeing, some type of support hold down. And I did tell you guys that The bears were a bit tired on the 4 hourly. On the daily, not much at all. Yesterday, this was yesterday, but on the 4 hourly, we could see, there was some type of support and that the bears were tired. Now, let's head over to Bitcoin because we only have, what, 2 minutes left before this daily candle closes. I made a short video yesterday because things were not looking good when I ended up the stream, when I ended the stream, and I did tell you guys, like, I do not see anything special except that support held. That was the only good thing, but we were building some negative momentum and so on. The good thing today is this is a nice strong candle, and we got some buy pressure coming in at support levels, which is nice because I told you the fact that we didn't close below 16,435, very close. We were very close, but we really didn't close below it, so it was something. Okay, and I did tell you guys about that suckers rally yesterday, like it continues just long enough to get some buyers, unsuspecting buyers, and then when everybody's sucked in, more likely they lose money on the trade when prices start tanking again. So like we will see what happens. It is an important close that we can witness today, because if we can see it close at least above, like right around where it is today, it would have been better if it was above 17,054, 17,060 areas. That would have been much better because then we could have came up, we would have pulled back up to the levels of 17,350-ish to 17,550-ish, but we will see what happens. Okay, so daily candle closes here, guys. Sorry, let me close this and this. I had some tabs open with some music. We don't want any copyright claims today. So daily candle closes here. The negative momentum is slowly declining. But it doesn't mean it can't continue and turn red, Yamago, like it was a nice rally. Like the moment I saw the development, I had some alerts on, so I made a short video on the shorts clip on YouTube just to make people aware that doesn't look like we are gonna continue straight away, and we could see some nice correction, less pathetic than the one we saw on the weekend where we couldn't even break above, close above $16,800. At least today we can say that we did. But on the daily, we are like, we closed where today? 16,895. This is not, that bad. This is actually, nice for a correction, okay? We are gonna zoom in and see if we see anything else. Like MACD is still bearish, like that hasn't changed, but there are lagging indicators. Like most of the time things play out here after the price has already taken a move, or it's in progress of taking a move, something like that. Most of the time after the move has happened, most of the time. So yeah, it's good to combine it with some other indicators, but it's not everything. RSI is still below neutral. That hasn't changed much. So let's zoom into the 4-hourly and see what's going on. On the 4-hourly, like I could see that the bulls are a bit tired actually, okay? So that we have to keep in mind. And there is some type of, bad divergence growing. Like it's only gonna be broken if we can see a 4-hourly close above $17,500. Until then, it's there. So be aware. But bulls are a bit tired right now. What I can see on the 4-hourly, bulls are a bit tired. Sell pressure is kind of coming in. Like, it doesn't mean we can, we can't come back and retest 17,050-ish areas. That is very much possible, but they are a bit tired right now. So we'll see what happens, because I don't like what I'm seeing in the lines. And this positive momentum is kind of getting a bit weak on this bar right now. It could turn green, but by the looks of this and looks of this and the bad divergence that is kind of developing on the 4-hourly, it could be a warning sign, like to be a bit careful soon. Okay, on the hourly, bulls are clearly tired, guys. Like yeah, there is some bad divergence on the hourly as well. Like, it's only gonna be like invalid if we can close at least above, just like the 4-hourly, $17,500, because you could see it, on the strength index. So be aware. It doesn't mean we can't come back to the top of this box, though. Important thing is, if we come back to this box, that we see a 4-hourly break above it, 4-hourly candle close above it, an hourly candle close above it, at least an hourly and 4-hourly, because daily we can't, we can't wait the whole day to see what's gonna happen next. But if it could happen on the 4-hourly or hourly, it could mean that we can, come back and retest at least 17,350, to 17,500. That is still in play. So the short video I made earlier today is still kind of in play. It's just that when I made the video then, the bulls were not tired, and now I can see that they are getting tired, like they're losing a bit of steam. Okay, MACD is still bullish in general. Histogram kind of declined, but we still got some positive momentum. RSI is in bullish territories when it comes to the hourly. For hourly, we are above neutral, but not in bullish territories yet. But yeah, there is some bad divergence growing, like developing, building on the 4-hourly and the hourly. So keep an eye out, guys. Okay, when it comes to support levels, we clearly got some support around these levels, 16,730-ish to, I can just, draw a line, another new line, like I keep on, well, not line, let's make it a box instead, and mark it. Now this support is an hourly support that I'm talking about. Okay, if we lose this one, like back to 16.5, 16.34, if we lose this one, but this support, unlike this one, which is on the 4-hourly, like it is close to the other support right here, but this one is also 4-hourly support, but this one is an hourly. So if we break an hourly support right here, very possible, that we can come back and retest, these levels. Very, very possible. So we will see what happens. The resistance levels, what we need to do, get above, to get back to these levels, we need to see a close above this level. It's major levels right here, this area right here. Okay, 17,054. Okay, so I have noticed that the price action seems very slow. Yeah, it's really much or less not as good as the rally that we saw here. Like, it's not as strong as the one we saw here, but at the same time, it's not as pathetic as the one we had in the weekend, like this current weekend or prior weekend. Like, this is much better, and like, I like this. I like what's going on here. So we'll see what happens. It's just that we need to break this level. We really need to get above it to see these levels again. But it is slow. It is slow. We could have like there are two scenarios. One of them could be that before Christmas, we see some type of rally, or we see a lot of sell-off, because both things have happened in the past. Sometimes, a lot of people, sell just because, they're buying something else, but that was in the bull market. I don't think a lot of people would like to sell when prices are this low, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, let's have a look at Ethereum. Look, this was what was nice about Ethereum. I did tell you guys that it was clearly showing that the bears and the bulls had some type of a fight, right? And the fact that we, pulled back at support, I said this yesterday, it was very crucial. Like, we pulled back, there was a strong, pull back at support, and then we got back within this channel, and now we actually, broke out of this channel. I'm not saying the bulls are not tired right now, but this was like, if one was to get in, these were the areas to have an eye on. If one was to get in, there's a lot of analysis saying that when it reaches 17,050, you mean 1,750, that will be a good time to short. I guess you mean 17,050, right? Bitcoin? So I'm not confused? Or are you talking about Ethereum? I'm guessing it's Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin. Yeah, we'll get into it. It's that 17,054, because that's where we kind of, went back down again. Literally, when we went up, it came back down, to what, 16,800 after it reached that level. Let's see. Yeah, look, like there were a lot of shorters, obviously, around these levels. Hence, we kind of, smashed down. It got hammered down again. But bulls are a bit tired. It doesn't mean we can't get back up. Maybe the second try, sometimes first try doesn't happen, but maybe on the second try, we could see, it break up, but we will see. But right now, bulls are a bit tired. Like, they're kind of losing steam. Same thing when it comes to Ethereum. Like, I like this action right here. Nice, very nice engulfing candle. Okay. At the same time, we are losing the negative momentum. Like, it's getting a bit weaker. Okay. RSI is still below neutral though, but it is getting a bit weaker right here. You see, the bottom of this channel, which has been respected for a good while now, the bottom of this channel, the parallel channel that you guys have been seeing, these past weeks, it is acting as resistance right now. Like, if we want to see, some type of a continuation, it's very good that we are above 1,169, that we didn't close, below it. That's nice, okay? But we need to get above this line, which goes hand in hand with the bottom part of the channel, this line, which is around 1236, 1240. I think you guys that have been watching the show, you know I've been talking about it a lot, okay? So we need to get above this level to see some type of push to the upside. At least, to be able to see 1265 to 1286. Like, we can even, wick to $1,300 at that point if we reach to 1265, okay? But I like this action on the daily so far. I can't say anything, horrible about it. Like, could have been better if we were able to close above 1220. You remember that level? But close enough. 1216, close enough, okay? But bulls are tired. Like, if we see that the bulls are tired in Bitcoin's chart, like, it's kind of the same when we look at Ethereum's chart right now. Plus, there is some bad divergence developing on one of the oscillators, like RSI. Also, really, like, on RSI, if we want to kill it, we need to get above 1,280-ish dollars. If we can do that, one of the bad divergence that is building is gonna be invalid, but until then, we'll see. And then even if we kill that one, we need to close above $1,338 to kind of remove the growth of the other bearish divergence that I see on the other oscillator. So there's a lot of resistance when it comes to Ethereum, really. But this pull yesterday, this pull at support was really a nice, area one could see as a possible, long range, or getting in range, entering range, because when we saw this, maybe it wasn't that clear on the 4-hourly, but even on the hourly, like, we did see that there was a nice pullback, and then we saw, the fact that the bears were getting a bit tired, so it was nice. And the moment we broke out of this channel right here, this side 1188, we got some type of a confirmation that we could see this continue. Like, it wasn't a bad thing. And closing above 1202 on a 4-hourly, even on an hourly, kind of because that was all the resistance, kind of made it a nice trade. Because look, we do have some type of support around 1204, 1200 and 2 areas, like the one we saw on the 4-hourly. So there is some type of support here, but right now, friends, support around these levels when it comes to the hourly. Actually, it's a bit more further down. Hold on. Just notice it's a bit more further down. Okay, no need to draw this. I just noticed it's very close to the top part of the channel. So in other words, we can come all the way to 1192-ish to 1188-ish. That is if we get below this level. Like, wouldn't be surprised if we come to the levels of 1197 to be a bit more conservative, $1,188, okay? So keep that in mind. So we do this, we can do this. So if this support breaks right here, then eventually, back to 1197 to $1,188. So that's Ethereum. Like, I don't see any nice divergence at the moment on the hourly that is building. Nothing on the 4-hourly as well, except that we are kind of, losing the strength and the positive momentum. And the opposite when it comes to the daily, okay? Next. Let's have a look at BNB. So BNB, no need to do a recap because I've been speaking about it like almost daily, okay? The nice thing is that, we are above $245, and I did tell you guys, like, very possible we can come all the way to $256. In that case, like, we came all the way to what, $253. We still have, this resistance right here that hasn't changed, 256 to 257. If you want to be a bit more conservative, all the way to $260, okay? If we can see a daily close above $260, that means we can go a bit higher, all the way to 276-ish, 284-ish, very possible. But until then, can't say much because we need a close above $260. And I'm being conservative, okay? So we need that close above $260 to see a bit of a continuation. The good thing is we are still above $245, which is another key level. So that's nice. But we need to get above, $260 on a daily to see a continuation to the upside, like a bit more rise. On the 4-hourly, like, I forgot about the moving averages. By the way, guys, when it comes to the moving averages on the daily, things are turning bearish for BNB right now. Keep that in mind. Like, you see how the short term is curling below the, midterm, and looking at my other screen, short term crossed below the long term on the 19th of December, okay? And midterm is also heading south, which is probably not the best, but it's also heading south. So bulls should be aware of that. Looking at the 4-hourly chart, by the way, remember the nice divergence that we are seeing building is still kind of building. It's on one of the oscillators, but nevertheless it is there, okay? Yeah, just one of the oscillators, okay? So it's there still, while we are losing, the negative momentum, kind of losing, like it's getting weaker. So back to the 4-hourly now. There is a hint, unfortunately, when it comes to Binance. I already can see, like, bears are a bit tired. Sorry, bulls are a bit tired, excuse me. Bulls are a bit tired, okay? And we do see a hint of, bad divergence already developing. That's not nice, okay? On the 4-hourly, we need a close at least above, $254 at least to see a continuation, back to 274-ish, dollars, because we got some resistance, okay, around 264, but I did say between 264 to 277, somewhere around these levels, like just like the daily. But at least if you can see a 4-hourly close above $255, that would give it a bit of a push, a bit, okay? 257 if you want to be a bit more conservative. So a 4-hourly candle close above $257 would mean that we can, come back and retest 264 to a bit above 277. Like, let's say, to be a bit more conservative there too, $280-ish. That would be the somewhere around these levels, like the bottom of this box, not the top, but the bottom of this box, okay? So 264, same thing like the daily, really, pretty much the same. We got some bad divergence going on here also on BNB. Like, it was a good rally from support levels, but it's time to be a bit cautious now, even on BNB. Like, we will see if this support holds around 245, dollars, 247 to 245. Like, we got some support there. I'm gonna change this to blue because now we should see it as support. And we got another one, right here on these levels, 247-ish dollars. So between 247 to 245, if that support can hold, good. If not, very likely that we go all the way back to 240 to 235-ish dollars, that level that held as support once we broke out of it last time, this red dashed line. So gotta keep an eye and see what happens there as well. So that's BNB in short. We got some bad divergence on the hourly. Same thing on the 4-hourly. Like, that is nothing that should make you feel, safe. Like I wouldn't be safe if I was long right now. I wouldn't feel safe. I'd rather, like, take some profit or close it because yeah, not looking the best. The fact that the bulls are a bit tired looking at this as well, and like, you see how this is declining, and on the 4-hourly not declining at all. But on the hourly we could see, some type of a pullback. We'll see if the short-term pullback doesn't get respected, as in it breaks, below those key levels. Like I said, eventually back to 240 to $235, like, eventually. And on the daily, it's pretty much the same. If we, break this support level right here, like I told you last time, there is not much holding us until $213, $200 around these levels. If that breaks, like, it's eventually below $200. Real things going on. Okay, let me take a breather. Chat, you following? How's it going? Hope you've had some nice games, and I hope you saw the video, short clip video in time, because I tried my very best to update you guys, because when we ended the stream, it kind of looked, things were still kind of looking bearish yesterday on Bitcoin, pretty much. But then a few hours later, I saw something else going on, and I was like, well, the fact that we are kind of, pulling back at support levels, and that we saw that the bears were getting tired, it was a sign. We did see, some nice divergence building on the hourly as well, on one of the oscillators, but that was one warning sign besides the other warning signs we saw. And then, buy pressure came in. Look at the volume. So far we've had a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Zen, BNB. Let's have a look at H bar. Yeah, thank you, Mago. Yeah, I think I've recovered. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not gonna jinx myself, but thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Sometimes the cough comes back and the throat hurts sometimes, but in general, I can't like complain because last week was so much worse, so much worse. So slowly, getting on the better side, and hopefully it holds because Christmas is coming up, family reunions and whatnot. I do not want to be sick or miss it in any way, or even infect the others. So hopefully, yeah, the vitamins helped, Mago. Good advice. Thank you. Yesterday I noticed you were not with us, so but you were in our thoughts, so we didn't forget you. So H bar, we are at what? We are kind of at support levels, like we kind of broke below it a little bit. Let me just remove it so I do not make the chart a bit confusing. Let's see now. Fine, like there is some type of support that we are respecting right now when it comes to H bar. Kind of pulling back in support just so. This is a weekly support that I just drew. Let's head over to the daily, like weekly. There is some nice divergence that I spoke about last time as well. It's still here. That hasn't changed really, but let me check one thing. Hold on. I'm looking at the EB unit. This. Hmm. Something wrong with my BB settings. Hold on. it doesn't look like it's my fault. There's something apparently wrong with with reading views, so I'm just gonna let it be. I'm not gonna get stuck. Okay, let's head over to the daily. So some nice divergence going on, like building on the daily as well. Our pleasure, Mago. Nice divergence, going on the daily as well, as you guys can see, on both the oscillators. So that's nice. Let me see where this closed. Guys, get ready for H bar. I think on the daily at least, I see some warning signs that we could see a bit more push to the upside. I'm seeing it before it really happens, so be aware, okay? Like, it would be confirmed if we can see a 4-hourly close above 0.444. We could see a bit more push, guys. We could see a bit more push. But I'm liking this, like I see some things indicating a reversal, from the bottom. So keep that in mind. And it's on the daily, not on the 4-hourly or, hourly. It's on the daily, so it's major, okay? It's more than I can say for Bitcoin right now. So sometimes it's yeah, like I wasn't planning on having a look at H bar, but good, we had a look. So we need to see a close above 0.0444, okay, on a 4-hourly time frame, like a 4-hourly candle close above that level, to see eventually, levels of 0.046 for a start. And if we can break above that one, see eventually around 0.0491 to 0.05, it could happen. Like, it's very, very possible right now for H bar, as long as we can see a close above this one on a 4-hourly note. Apparently even hourly, but on the hourly there is some type of bad divergence developing. Is it the same on the 4-hourly? No, MACD is kind of bullish, positive momentum and so on, and our side getting close to neutral. Okay, but on the hourly, well, we need to see a close above 0.0434, 0.04. You know what? It's pretty much the same like the 4-hourly. Like, if I'm gonna generalize it, it's pretty much the same as the 4-hourly. We need to see a close above 0.0444. Also on the hourly, so we can see a bit more push, a bit more push to at least, 0. See. Yeah, 0.444 also on the hourly. If you can see that, we can eventually, come back and retest 0.046. Very possible. If you can break above that 0.046 areas, okay, it's somewhere, around this support. It's probably gonna act as some type of resistance. I'm just gonna do this. Hold on. And right line. Those of you who watched the last stream where I spoke about, H bar, this was some type of support, and then when we broke below it, it got confirmed that it's resistance. Look, I can zoom in. Literally came and touched it to the dot, and then what happened? Pull back. But also on the 4-hourly, we're getting in some buy pressure, which is nice. So we'll see what happens with this. Daily support is pretty much the same. If we lose levels of 0.04-ish, okay? If we lose 0.04 on a daily, we are far from last support we saw. Hold on. Like we can come. Wow. If that happens, that is not nice for H bar. If we lose 0.04, we can come and retest 0.036, 0.035 areas. Okay, very, very possible around these levels. And if we lose that 0.0296, 0.03 is very possible, very much possible. That would be somewhere around these levels, you know, all the resistance areas, okay? But even in the weekly, like in 5 days, if this line closes anything like it's looking right now, it's really not bad. If it does, but there's 5 days left, so we can't, you know, call it anything yet. But on the daily, I do see signs of hinting a reversal. It doesn't mean we can't, you know, come back to this support level again. And then the warning sign, the warning sign where you will know that this reversal, you know, indications that we are seeing right now might not be respected is really if we close, you know, below $0.04. Okay, if that happens, then forget about it. It means K is not going to be respected, but I can see a lot of signs indicating a reversal for H bar, like a bottom reversal right now. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. This is why I said in the last video that I made, I realized by, you know, the dislikes, some people didn't like it, but I told you guys in that video, the short video that is, that it's looking weak. It's looking very weak. I think we're somewhere around these levels. Then we came all the way to these levels, and I did say also we can, you know, come back to 0.0532 levels, but there is some hard major resistance around 0.0511 levels. So unless we can see a break above that, like for me, this is a weak chart. We've seen many other, you know, altcoins do much better than H bar. But right now, I can say right now, it's looking like we could see, you know, like it could show us a good move, which would be in favor of the bulls. Okay, let's take a breather and have a look at what's going on with Bitcoin. And then we'll go ahead and have a look at what, let me check out. Let me just write H bar also done. So we've had a look at H bar, Zen, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. So next we can have a look at, I don't know, maybe it's been a while we saw Maker, like, so maybe we can have a look at Maker, and then people was looking good. I think it was Mago that spoke about it last time, if I'm not mistaken, right, Mago? You were the one who mentioned it because I didn't see that one before. Ralph, welcome to the show. Hope you've had a good one. Glad you made it. Thank you, Ralph. Best community. let's have a fast look at people, because I was glancing at it today. Thank you, Ralph. I was glancing at it today, and I saw that nice move, like nice move were happening, you know. This is this is the thing, like with people, what I like right now. It kind of held, you know, around, you know, support levels. Number one, I think it was Mago, if I'm not mistaken. I think you were the one who brought, you know, people, you know, up on the surface, because I haven't had a look at it before. Awesome, awesome. And on the daily, let me look at this. Can't see anything. Okay. Okay. Check something else too. Yeah, there is, you know, signs of a just like, you know, H bar. Well, it would have been nice if we, you know, spoke about it a few streams ago. But a few streams ago, we were around these levels, guys. Ago, maybe you remember, and I did tell you guys we have resistance around these levels, and since then, just, you know, dropped down. But right now, we kind of, you know, held support right now around these levels, and there is, you know, things indicating of a reversal right here. On top of that, there is some nice, very nice divergence going on when you look at the oscillators. Okay, we are slowly losing the negative momentum right here. MACD is pretty much still bearish, but we are losing, you know, the strength of the negative momentum slowly. Let's see if this is some type of support or not. Yeah, no, really. So I can remove this. Okay, so we got resistance right now. Last time's resistance got respected. Fine. Now we got some new resistance around these levels, guys. Just gonna draw it out. Hold on. Just do this and draw on a daily. I think on the 4-hourly it's gonna be the same. So before I draw anything, hold on. Let's check out if the 4-hourly is the same. Like if the resistance is around the same area. Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Pretty much. So this is both for hourly and daily. So let me just mark it. So on a daily, guys, if we can, you know, close above, like, and I'm being conservative, okay? If we see a close above 0.02195, it's good enough, but even better if we can close above 0.02256 around these levels, that would be even better, okay? So if we can see a daily close, you know, above this level right here, I mean, eventually we can come back, you know, and retest, you know, all the way these levels right here, 0.02365 to 0.02442. Very likely it could happen if we see that close. If we do not want to wait on the daily, let me just have a look here before I keep on speaking if there's any bad divergence. And yes, there is. Yes, there is. MACD and so on is bullish still, but if we can't close on a 4-hourly, on a like a 4-hourly candle close, if we do not see it, above the bottom of this box, 0.023, we could see some bad divergence play out. So keep that in mind, okay? And resistance levels is pretty much the same. Like we need to break above on the 4-hourly as well. We need to break above 0.02189 to like a bit more conservative if you want to be, like 0.02251, okay? If you can see a 4-hourly candle close, especially above the top of this, box, yeah, eventually we're gonna come to these levels, like eventually, and then we can see a close above this one. Like we got some resistance around 0.024, sure, but more likely we come to these levels, okay, around 0.025-ish levels. Yeah, more likely, even on the daily, we got some resistance there. But I like this. There's some type of, reversal indication going on there, so not bad. Let's have a look at the hourly as well, in case there's some short-term pullback and so on. Because we are at the top of this box, and the bottom and the tops play a big role. It's just not the box that I draw, but the bottom has its own, meaning, own thing, and the top also has its own, meaning and strength as well. On the daily, on the hourly, excuse me, on the hourly, we do see some, bad divergence already developing. Like if we cannot close above 0.02177, which we are kind of seeing right now, it's kind of being rejected around these levels. We might pull back, like we got some support on the hourly. Do not confuse it with anything else, but on the hourly, we got some support around 0.02096 to 0.02082. I can draw it up for you guys, but if I do, gonna be a lot of drawings on this chart, so let me just do this, just a line. That's crooked. So if we break an hourly candle below this level right here, more likely that we come, a bit lower, probably, to the bottom of this box. Okay, so that's very, very possible. Fine. Like 0.02042 to all the way to these levels, okay? 0.02003. So that's people. That's people. Let's have a look at Bitcoin and then we'll continue some other altcoins. Yeah, like Ralph is saying, guys, smash the like, hit that thumb button, let it show. If you guys, love the contents, if you love tea being respected, most of the time at least, then go ahead and smash that like, hit that bell, and, share and whatnot. Okay, so Bitcoin hourly, like MACD just turned bearish, but is it a surprise? Not much, because we were just talking about what in the beginning of the stream, kind of that you know, bulls are kind of a bit tired. There is some, bad divergence that is developing. I mean, it was a nice rally from this point. It was a nice rally, but looks like bears are, at least on the short term, bears are kind of, gaining control, taking over a bit. So we'll see what happens. Okay, gonna take a breather and just hang out, see what chat is doing, and then we can move on with some other altcoins as well. People also done. Nice. Yeah, I've had a few cup of teas today, Ralph, so I'm just gonna stick to water because I don't know, well, there is a study that says that drinking a lot of tea also contributes to iron deficiency, I think it's called. So trying to keep, the iron level, at least in my body, in a good level. So gonna be drinking a lot of water instead right now. Aqua. But you can feel it, like I've been speaking no cola today, but I've been speaking a lot, so I just need to to hydrate, and then we're good to go. What's Ethereum doing? The same? Yeah, try to hold that support. Okay, next. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. We're probably not gonna, usually I do a follow-up where we have a look at the, once we had a look, the day before and whatnot, but today we are gonna mix it up because there are a few that we haven't seen in a while. So next is Maker. Boy, oh boy. Who remembers when I told you guys if we lose 572, you know, like $500, very possible, and even a bit lower. Right now, it's really trying, it's trying. There is some nice divergence on the daily. Let me have a look at the short-term moving averages. Hold on, because here it's my own settings, you guys know. So let me have a look at the short-term moving averages. Yeah, very much bearish, very much bearish. Moving average is not looking that nice at all, okay? Keep that in mind. Kind of same here, but I'm looking at the short term on my other screen. It's looking very bearish, guys, okay? But let's see if we see it. Like, this is nice, like a nice candle. But does anybody see the volume? What is this? Like, what is this? Oh, okay, forget about it. It's just some headlines, news. It wasn't there yesterday, like it just, popped up today, and I've been trying to find out, like, do any of you, have this on your charts? Just popped up from nowhere today. Okay, so when it comes to maker, like if we break these levels, guys, if we break $526, like on a daily, close anything below it, it's eventually around next support, which is around $486, something like that. Like, okay, great, good to know, Mago, because I thought that I did something, changed settings or something. Then maybe it's just a new feature that came, that they upgraded, they upgraded maybe trading view, who knows. So if we break this $526, like see a daily close below it, like we could see some type of a support. It's not the strongest, but we could see some type of support around 486. Yeah, Mago, I think so also, because it wasn't here before, like, unless we're hallucinating, it wasn't here before. So $486 next, and if we lose that one, if we lose $486, guys, ladies and gents, there's not much holding us until, and this is no joke, okay? If 486 to 500-ish doesn't hold around these levels, back to 400 and below 450, definitely, like back to 430-ish, somewhere around these levels. But we'll see what happens. And let's see this, like, also here there are some signs of a reversal that could come. Bears got tired, are kind of losing the negative momentum slowly. Okay, like, look, like MACD wants to turn bullish again, but we'll see. That can always fail. But before that happens, I could see that there is some hint of a reversal going on. Like, there is a hint, and the nice divergence is building on both the oscillators, and this is on the daily. Okay, on the 4-hourly though, we are clearly at resistance levels right now. Yep. And there's a lot of bad divergence that we have to get rid of before anything else. The first one would be around $561. So we need to see a 4-hourly close above $461. Not 461, $561. Okay. And if we can do that, eventually see you back, around these levels, 574-ish, this red line, 574-ish or 572-ish to $582. If we can see a close above, 4-hourly close above 582, like next resistance is all the way, guys, at around 596 to 617, around these levels. Like, there's not much holding us if things play out well for maker. If this this reversal indicate, like, analysis that we see on the daily plays out, but we have to kill that 4-hourly divergence first. We are already at resistance on the 4-hourly chart. This could take a while. Doesn't necessarily have to happen straight away, because yeah, all the bad divergence that we see and the fact that we are at resistance, and I'm seeing that the bulls are a bit tired, doesn't make it doesn't make it stronger, like, but eventually, if we can, get above, close above 582 on a 4 hourly, okay? 579, $582. Like eventually see at these levels first. 596 to 615. And that's on the 4 hourly. Then, if that happens, if we can break above this level right here on a 4 hourly candle, here we go, all the way to 627, 637 areas is very, like, not strange at all. Actually, it should be 641-ish or 640, around these levels, okay? This would be, somewhere around daily resistance, guys. This would be first daily resistance before the second one, which is all the way around these levels right here. So just gonna mark it. So yeah, that's maker. Let's see what happens. But there's a lot of resistance on our way to these levels, a lot. It's not gonna be an easy one, okay? We need to kill first, divergence right here, and second one around these levels as well. And then we could see, some nice action, like 660 can come fast if we slowly, start, rising, and this, TA gets respected. It's not far ahead. Okay, let's have a look at some other things as well. Like now and then, we're gonna go back to Bitcoin and just see what's going on. But so far, we've had a look at what? We've had a look at Ethereum, Maker, Zen, BNB, HBAR, People. All good. Chat, how are you feeling? Like, I hope you've had some good, nice hypothetical trades, paper trades and whatnot. I think a lot of people missed the short notification I did, like short update I did on Bitcoin when I saw that, well, this time we can come to these levels. I do not know if I'm shadow banned, like I'm a small streamer to be a shadow, to be shadow banned. I have no idea, but I had a friend tell me that he didn't get any notification, he didn't see any notification. He literally had to go into my channel and see that I released a video. So I was like, okay, weird. And I did speak about this level there. I did tell you guys, first we had to close this, but if we would have, eventually we would have, come to these levels right here. And another thing, realize that right now we are back within this channel, right? I don't think I've pissed off a lot of people. Oh my god. So I think I'm okay too. So I was like, yeah, I was like, it's impossible because I'm a small streamer. I do not have, that many people. Like, who am I? Besides, like, who was I supposed to piss off? So I was like, no, it can't. I can't be shadow banned. Like, there's no chance. So we're not there yet, Mago. You made me laugh, but you're right, we're not there yet. Okay, let's have a look at. Okay, chat. I'm gonna give you free hands. One request, free hands. Go ahead, give me your suggestions, and I'll have a look at it. So we'll do, another, live TA just like we did on VGX yesterday, by the way, which got very much respected. This one was recommended by Freedom Sound. It was a nice, chart to have a look at. We kind of held, support a little bit, but I did tell you also that if we couldn't, break above 0.388, we would probably not see this again. But support held, it held, while we were doing, some streams, and then bam, we broke out of it. So now 0.309 to 0.285 levels is not that weird. Like, we could very much see it because, yeah, it's more likely we could see that since we broke out of that support that we had right here. Even on the daily, we could see that, the bulls lost steam a little bit. So yeah, like if we see 0.293, 0.282, even on a daily, wouldn't be that surprising. We got some nice divergence though, keep that in mind still. Doesn't mean we can't come back a bit, further, decline a bit more. And besides, we are losing, you see this? MACD wants to go, bearish. We are losing, the nice, strong, positive momentum. It's getting weaker. RSI back to neutral. And if it continues like this, like we are gonna get under, the neutral area. And volume just kind of disappeared, just went bye-bye on us, and it left. It left the scene. But it was a nice one, like a nice analysis that we made that got respected. Okay, if there are no suggestions, then I'll go ahead and look at Ripple. Let's see now. Guys, I see something interesting on Ripple. Very interesting on Ripple. Well, if this TA gets respected, let's get into it. Hold on. Ralph, you're a bit too late. You're a bit too late. Now we're gonna be doing Ripple. Hold on. So there is some type of nice divergence that is going on Ripple as well. Like, it's not class A, but type B-ish. It's there. It's going on. But we need to see a close if we want, to see a bit more rise to at least 0.3778 or 0.38 levels. We need to see a close above this, old resistance. Old support, okay, which is around 0.3604. So if you can see a daily close, I think I'm betting even the 4 hourly is the same. Well, on the 4 hourly, we don't need to wait for the daily that much. Look what happened, by the way, guys, before I continue on with that. Look what happened. We came to the resistance level, like it's been acting as resistance. And then on the 4-hourly, we had a hard smash down to the downside, like a hard smash to the downside, okay? Um, on top of that, there is some, bad divergence that is developing on both the oscillators, okay? So I'll get into it soon. Just saying, sell pressure kind of came in again. Look, on the 4-hourly, we don't need to wait for the daily. If you want to see, see for like that we are gonna have some type of a continuation. Like we don't have to wait for that 0.36 level, to see that it's coming. But on the because on the 4-hourly, if we can at least close above this level right here, which is around 0.35, see 0.355 areas, 0.357 areas, that would be something. Okay, that would be something. Then we will come to that resistance around 0.3659 and whatnot. But on the 4-hourly, if we can close above at least 0.3569, it would mean we could see a bit of a rise when it comes to Ripple. Okay, but on the daily, let's be a bit more conservative. We need to see that close above 0.36 levels. Okay, if we do, then there is really not much holding us until 0.38-ish levels. And if we can break a daily above 0.38-ish levels, okay, somewhere around these levels, like next resistance is around, guys, eventual 0.39-ish, 0.4-ish levels. Same thing that I spoke about, last time. It's pretty much the same, okay? When it comes to support, we are at support. If we lose 0.335 areas to 0.33, well, 0.32 to 0.335 areas, more likely we go a bit lower, like we can come back and retest, and I'm talking about the daily, we can come back and retest, look, these levels, old. If we lose this one, okay, we can come back and retest what, this box, which is around 0.31, 0.2870. So keep that in mind. That's Ripple in short. Now we can have a look at Link, Ralph. So that's Ripple in short. Okay, let's have a look at Link. Chainlink. Was there anything interesting that you saw, Ralph? Because I don't see okay, let's start with the 4-hourly. Daily. Our daily candle close. We had a nice, strong candle. Look how funny. How funny is this, right? This is all support. If I just stretch it out, if I just do this, where is settings, style, extend, it's acting as clear resistance. Capiche? Clear resistance, okay? I'm just gonna remove the extension. So there is some nice, divergence going. Like I do not see anything hinting of a reversal really here. For example, not as strong as the one we saw on, what was it? I think it was H bar. I'm not sure, but I think it was H bar. I've seen too many now, but I think it was H bar if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Nice strong candle. We are seeing, some nice divergence, go on, like it's developing. It's here. On both the oscillators, like it is going to be invalid if we see a daily close below 5.7-ish dollars, 5.73, $5.7. If we see that, say bye-bye to the nice divergence. That could play out. It's because it's just building. Otherwise, Actually, is kind of bearish, and our side is pretty much weak. Okay. When it comes to the moving averages, it's about to turn super weak. These are my own settings. Like I can have a look just so I can fill you with info. I can have a look at the short-term moving averages. Hold on. Let me try to find a link at my other chart. In my other chart, on my other chart. This. Yeah, very bearish. Moving averages looking bearish. Okay, they are bearish. They are looking very bearish though. So keep that in mind. Uh, like we got resistance around these levels. Ralph, in short, we got resistance around $6.461. Like until we break out of that level, not much is gonna happen. If we break above this level, then we can see, you know, levels a bit, a little bit higher, like all the way to 7.1 and so on. And if we can break above 7.1, we'll go a bit higher, but we got this resistance we need to break above first of all. Okay, so this resistance is no joke, about, you know, around 6.4 to 6.5 dollars. Okay, so even if we can see a 4-hourly candle close above that one, that would be nice, but there's already signs of some bearish divergence building, so keep that in mind. Okay, and yeah, support you already know. We got support around, you know, 5.7-ish to 5.5-ish dollars. We lose that one, see back first, like see back around, you know, 5.4, 5.1 dollars easily. And if that breaks, much lower prices to come ahead of us. What was it that we had a look at before we saw Link? People? Guys? Do you remember? What did we have a look at before having a Link right now? Chat, you sleeping? What did we have a look at? Come on. It kind of like, you know, flew out of my brain because now, you know, when you look at many altcoins, you kind of get confused. XRP? Thank you, Mago. Thank you. Because I want to write it down so I can remember what we went through. So maybe next time we do a follow-up on it. It was probably XRP, you're probably right. So thank you, Mago. Okay, so far we've had a look at XRP, Link, HBAR, BNB, Zen, Maker, People, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Cool. Let's have a look at another one. Another one. What's up with the near? Like this is one of the coins that I haven't seen for a while, a while. You know, once upon a time, near was all the way at $20, guys. $20. Look where it's at now. You know, the saying, trade it, don't marry it, because we've all, you know, been there, especially in the beginning when you don't have a lot of experience, where you know, get into things and then you go like, well, one day it's gonna, you know, go back to these levels one day. But it's been what? Only like literally a month left and it's gonna be almost a year because 336 days have passed and we're down 94% on near. 94%. Ralph, you got problem with the sound. I think the others are hearing good. Maybe it's a problem with from your side. So, near. Sad to see it, you know, break down like this. But yeah, let's have a look at the TA. Because it's been a while. I haven't seen this myself for a good while now. So let's do it together. So we kind of, you know, came to key levels on near. At the same time, there is awesome. Yeah, I think it's from Ralph's side. Thanks, Mago. Because if it's from my side, then should get into, you know, fixing it. But I don't think it's from my side. Otherwise, I would have seen, you know, you guys, all of you complaining. But luckily, that's not the case. So also on near, like on the monthly, we can't say that things are looking lovely, really, except that the fact that we still haven't, you know, really, we have 10 days to go. We have still 10 days to go, but we still haven't closed, you know, below this 1294, 1334 levels still. Like last time it held also right above this level, but right now it's fine, it's good. But I do not see on the monthly, I do not see anything indicating that the bears are tired. Not yet. Not yet. We'll see what happens in 10 days. So let's head over to the weekly. Weekly, I could see a little bit of a sign letting us know that the bears are a bit tired. A bit, okay? And look how it's like really trying to hold above this level. It's trying its best. Like if this weekly closes, you know, in 4 days, something like this, um, it's a good sign. I'm not saying it's a reversal straight away, but it would be a good sign. Now let's have a look at the daily. Because look, um, just before I go ahead, in the weekly, it's really not gonna mean much, you know, until we can close above 155, what 1559 ish to at least, you know, $1.73. Okay, let's head over to the daily. Here is where I see some type of, you know, bottom reversal indications, and I haven't seen anything like this since, let me have a look. Well, there was one here that failed. we gotta be, you know, seeing everything. There was one kind of indicating that failed, but there was no nice divergence with this one. Okay, it was just one thing indicating that. But looking at this one, it's a bit different this time. It's a bit different this time, guys. Because we do have some nice divergence. Number one, let's take out all the factors, right? We do have some nice divergence, number one. I do see, a clear, reversal, action going on right here as well. On top of the fact that prior daily candle, closed pretty strong, okay? We are losing the negative momentum, as you guys can see. Yeah, I know MACD is lagging. Like, it's probably gonna happen after the move happens or something like that, but it is there. We are losing, the negative momentum. Like, slowly, it's getting a bit weaker. It doesn't mean it can't, just, fail. This game won't be respected, but it's happening. It is getting weaker. On the other side as well, we do see some nice divergence also. So, okay, there are like three factors right now which are indicating that we could see some type of a reversal. But even if we do, we need to see a close above, $1.4. Okay, $1.4, like if you want to be a bit more conservative, let me see now. 1.42, okay, 1.43. Now, $1.43 would be like even more better if we see a daily close above that level. Then there is really not much holding us until what, 1.6-ish to 1.8-ish dollars. Okay, like it would be a nice move if that happens. Let's see now. From these, let's say from these levels, okay, to 1.8-ish. Okay, that would be like 30%. If it happens, okay, if TA gets respected, that's like 30%. It's not a bad move. On the 4-hourly, like there's already, some bad divergence developing, unfortunately. But it's also gonna be broken. Look how it goes hand in hand with the daily, okay? If we can close a 4-hourly candle above $1.4, and I'm being conservative, $1.4, okay, then more likely that we are gonna see that continuation that I spoke about. Fine. Like we are gonna meet some resistance. Keep in mind, we are gonna be meeting some resistance, like on the 4-hourly, somewhere around these levels, okay? 1.5-ish to 1.53 levels. Like we're gonna meet some resistance, but eventually, if we can break above that level, like a bit higher we go, okay, to that level we spoke about on the daily as well, which is around 1.62 to, if we can see a break above $1.63, like not much holding us. I repeat, not much holding us until 1.73 to 1.8-ish, like. But we gotta kill this bad divergence that is, trying, to hang around these levels, okay? First and foremost, before we talk about the other things. Style red. So this resistance level right here, we need to break above it, okay? Close the 4-hourly candle above it. It's a must. And if you do not want to wait on the 4-hourly, an hourly candle would also do it. So an hourly candle, if that happens, that would work out, okay? That means we would see these levels next, okay? So yeah, that's near. Like, it's been a while we saw something going on that was like, it was just a coincidence that we're talking about it today. I didn't, have a look at it earlier today or so on. Just, roaming around the watch list, and I saw that this is one of the old Like it's existed since 2020. It's not that old, but it's older than, for example, Zen and so on. So nice to see that there is, more factors indicating of a reversal than anything else. Could be reversal slash correction, we'll see, but it's one of the two at least. We see, some factors that would favor the bulls more than the bears right now when it comes to near, okay? So near done as well. It's been nice. It's been a nice one, this one. What happened with Cosmos, because yesterday I did speak about it being at support, as you guys saw, and right now we are around that resistance level that I also spoke about yesterday. Yeah, you gotta love TA. You got to love TA. Unfortunately, there is some like, look, guys, I told you yesterday, we need to see a close-up of this level, okay? Top of the box, which is around $9.089. If when we can see that, like we can, come all the way to 9.23, and then we're gonna have another resistance around these levels. But if we can break 9.23, on a 4-hourly candle, okay, 4-hourly candle close above this level, it's eventually around 9.4 to 9.5 ish, like not much holding us until these levels. But look how we have some resistance around this area, this blue box right here. Like nice bounce off support, but we are seeing that there is some type of resistance right now as well, okay? Yeah, there is also some, bad divergence developing, like on both oscillators, really, like it's starting to build, okay? Let's have a look at the hourly. Yeah, look how shorters went short at these levels. Let's see, right? And even on the hourly now, we have also bad divergence developing. Like, that's not nice. Daily, I still like, this nice, candle, strong candle. There is still, that nice divergence that I spoke about yesterday. Hence, we saw, a bit more push. But short term, we could see, some type of a pullback. So do not be surprised. We can, see the pullback happen all the way to 8.84 levels. If we break, and on an hourly, okay? Right here, there's some support right here around these levels right here. So 8.82, was it 8.8? Yeah, 8.84-ish, okay, to what? 8.76, like we can come back to these levels, it's fine. What would not be fine is if we break below 8.7, 8 to 8.76, that wouldn't be that nice, because then it means we are gonna, that downside action might, go a bit longer, and we can, come all the way to 8.6. It's not far from here, but it is a bit lower. Like, it would be better for the price action, if you want to see, some type of a continuation. It would be better if this support, kind of holds, okay? It doesn't mean the daily is gonna completely, go left just because we come to these levels, because Daily support is all the way around these levels as well. So we will see what happens. Fine. So we'll see what happens. Like that's the areas we need to break above, because if we do, eventually we are gonna come back to these levels. If we can break above 9.0 on a 4 hourly, yeah, eventually like 9.2 to 9.5 wouldn't be that surprising. Is there anything special going on with this one? As Ralph was asking for it. There is some nice divergence building, but right now I can't say it's strong as the one we saw on USDT. Besides, Ralph, if this, rises a bit, like Atom versus BTC is probably, gonna go up a little bit also, okay? Just saying. But we do have resistance around, 543, what, 54, 50-ish, level. Around that level, we do have some type of resistance. Yeah, if we see strength, Atom versus USDT, it's probably gonna infect Atom versus BTC as well. Eventually, if we can get above 0.0005 or 50-ish, close above that on a daily, see eventually around, 6, well, 100-ish Satoshis, 0.0006100 Satoshis, okay? Eventually, but we'll take level by level. Let's see if the first one breaks out. And we do have support around 5150 to 50000, around these levels, all the way to these levels. From this level right here to this level, we got some support. I can draw it if you like. There you go. So that's Atom versus Bitcoin. But if Atom versus USDT, goes left meaning they doesn't get respected. It might, pull Atom versus Bitcoin down with it as well. Okay, so keep that in mind as also. And then, like I told you guys, there are cases where when things go bad for the USDT pairs, there are occasions where the Bitcoin pairs like go nuts. They just go nuts. That's why sometimes I remind you guys, well, it's good to have a look at the BTC pairs when things are going south. Not always, but sometimes it does happen. So it's good to have a look at both pairs, okay? There is one that I love when it comes to the BTC pairs. I don't know if you guys like it's an OG, it's an old coin, okay, an old one. Sinner, welcome back to the show. Where is it? Where? Let me just try to find it in this long chart like list, watch list. Jeez, hold on. Is it? Before I show you guys, let me just tell you, okay? This one is risky as hell. Risky when it comes to the trades, risky with everything else, so okay, just be careful. But there's a lot of bump and dumpish action going on this one, but it's a nice one. Since June, it's had a good rise, like for the Satoshi lovers. When everything else was literally, you know how the USDT pairs a lot of things. For example, if we have a look at Bitcoin, let's have a look at Bitcoin since June. Here since June, you guys see that things have been going left, right? It's had a bit of a rise, but all the way to August, and then bam. Now let's have a look at that one. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. You're too kind. Thank you. Let's have a look at this one. Look like from June all the way to what, September, a bit longer, even October, like it's been doing fine. 587%, like 587%. So if anybody was like keeping an eye on this, like it also went all the way to 860%. Like this is no joke, okay? From the lows of June. From the lows of June. So what? In 98 days? 98 days, up 830%. Gains. Gains, guys. Yeah, like don't marry it. Like I wouldn't wanna date crypto right now because it is a joke. I cannot, say anything else. But the trading, the TA is not a joke at least. Like there are still, things we can do, profits to be made and so on and so forth. But the space in itself, it's one news, worse than the other one coming out. And now a lot of people are fearing what's gonna happen if this finance, FUD turns out to be very, very much legit. Look at this. I mean, this is this is not nice. Look at this. I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on. News like this keeps on coming up, and the more it comes up, the more wrecked the market is gonna be. Let me just do this. Hope you guys can see it, or you can't, huh? Hold on. There you go. Okay. So Binance auditor withdraws from working with crypto company. World's largest cryptocurrency exchange, which has been hit by 6 billion of withdrawals this week, seeks replacement for Mazars. Like Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, has revealed that the auditor Mazars has stopped working with it. Now, can anybody guess why? Do you guys is there what does this tell you? Like all is cool, all is good, or we're about to see some things that could shake up the market? Mazars said it had paused all proof of reserves work among cryptocurrency clients, including Binance. Yeah, I think too, Ralph. We will see what happens because it's just thoughts that we have right now. Mazars added it was pausing such work due to concerns about the way these reports are understood by the public. Okay. Mazars went on to state, I think they forgot to, on to state that such reports had limitations in terms of providing assurances. It it said proof of reserves reports do not constitute either an assurance or an audit opinion on subject matter. Instead, they report limited findings based on the agreed procedures performed on the subject matter at a historical point in time. For some reason, it doesn't give you a warm, fuzzy feeling inside when you hear that. Really not. Like, they are like, their excuse is something else. Their excuse is not that that thing we are thinking of that doesn't give us, a warm, fuzzy feeling, like you're saying. But I don't know. I just do not know. The move by Mazars followed the collapse last month of FTX. Like, their excuse is completely different. So their excuse is that such reports had limitations in terms of providing assurances, and it said that proof of reserves reports do not constitute either an assurance or an audit opinion on subject matter. Like, it's basically because they think that the way these reports are understood by the public are misunderstood. Either because, we get FUD or something else, I don't know, but their excuse is completely different to what we are thinking, and I think we are thinking the same, chat. This was 4 days ago. This news came out, by the way, 4 days ago, okay? So it's not old. 16th of December, fine. The spokesperson said Binance had managed the withdrawals without breaking stride, although on Tuesday the exchange had paused the withdrawals of the stablecoin USDC after running out of the asset in its reserves. The word running out and exchanges together is not what you want to see. It's not what you want to see. Anyways, time will tell. Eventually time will tell, but things are looking shaky in the market. Okay, guys. How long have we been on today? Okay, almost 2 hours. So we're gonna call it a show, so we can have a good sleep. I know, Sinner, you've already slept and so on. I hope you have a good, following day, like a good day. But the rest of you guys, thank you for coming in, watching as usual. I appreciate you all. Thank you for all the love. The Binance goes same path as XRP for sure. We're going to get regulations sooner than later. Yeah, you guys know, before I end the show, the US regulators, they are seriously talking about banning Bitcoin. You know how it was serious a few years ago? Now it's even deeper. Like, it's much deeper. Like, yeah, like, we will see what happens, but things are getting crazier by the week. Like, every week there's something new coming out, something horrible coming out. Like, I don't know, but I know China banned Bitcoin, one too many times, but that didn't do anything to Bitcoin. But we will see if US does actually ban Bitcoin. We'll see how it affects it. Like, my own opinion, I don't like. We could see, it affect the price in some way for a time, for a period. But then again, I don't think that that's gonna remove or hurt Bitcoin in the long term, because, like I said, China banned it a few times. But is Bitcoin still here? Yes. Like, if I could count, I can't even count the number of times that China banned Bitcoin in one hand. I think that happened so many times. At the end, it became like, a a weather news. Like I was like, well, that's the Bitcoin like an idea. It's impossible to ban an idea. Like, yeah, as long as people believe in it, like, as long as all the miners don't strike, and turn off all their machines and so on, the idea is gonna live. But yeah, miners play a big role. Miners play a big role. I don't think people give them enough credit, to be honest, because if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't have continued this far either, because they do play a big role. Yeah, guys, this show was a nice one. Chat, Mago, everybody. Like, much love to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And for the ones that are new to the show and are tuning in, welcome. And if you find value in the contents, do not forget to subscribe, like, and hit that bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care of each other, guys. Good night.